2, 3, action! Hey, where is he? He's not here again.
Maybe he has run into some imperial entanglements. What do you think, Derek?
I should really report this.
Da 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 da.
This is Igor to Red 2. Come in, Red 2.
Copy, Igor. Copy, Igor.
You should be doing the Friday chat, you big idiot. Where are you?
Sorry, Igor. I've run into some imperial entanglements.
I told you. That's what I said.
Right, I'm getting you out with the teleport thing. Stand by.
Hang on. Wait a minute.
Initiating.
Whoa. Well, there we go. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I think I was supposed to be saving the galaxy from a fate worse than death there, but this is pretty important as well. So let's have a good old Friday chat without any space nonsense, maybe. Well, I hope you're well. Hope you've been enjoying the videos on the channel this week. Been trying to mix it up as we generally do. But we've made it again. We're getting into the weekend. Did have a look at some cool homebrew this time called the Perils of Willy, which is a conversion from the VIC-20. So I know most of you like the ZX Spectrum games on here, but we do try and vary it a bit. And this time we looked at Nintendo 64, the game I've been trying to look at for quite some time. Star Wars based again, Episode 1 Racer. So have a look at that one if you haven't already done so. Now, for weeks I've been meaning to try and find some time to do a test Atari 2600 stream. Seems like I've been trying to fit that in for weeks, but I keep getting more and more adventurous with the videos and keep running out of time or getting tired or having an energy crash. But never mind, I'm sure I'll get to it at some point because I think streaming is the future. I think I mess about too much when I see what is possible. So I've got a few things I'm going to talk to you about. Feel free to put your comments in the comment section as well. A little bit of news I've been following in the week. You might have come across it, you might not have done. So this is a major one that I've come across, which I must admit I don't want this to happen. I'm a little bit against it. Well, I say a little bit, a lot against it. Now, this is just in the UK at the moment. I don't know if other countries will follow suit, and it's just being discussed. But because of the big rise in online commerce due to the lockdown and coronavirus, it's been proposed that a levy should be brought in, like an additional charge for online shopping to cut pollution. Now, I think that's an excuse just to make more money for the government here. But anyway, the proposal is internet shoppers could be hit by a compulsory delivery charge as part of a campaign to cut congestion and toxic emissions. So that's saying that they should get rid of free next day delivery and enticements to actually do the shopping. Now, people are still going to buy online because it's convenient, it's the only way. So I don't think that the shopping is going to go down to any degree, but it's going to produce extra revenue for the government, which, let's face it, want to get as much money as they can at this point. So I don't think it's going to do anything to help what they're saying it's going to do. They cited that the 5p plastic bag cut pollution there, because less people get in a bag. Well, that did work to degree, but this is completely different. It's reported that retail sales during the coronavirus and lockdown jumped by 32.8%, so they want to bring in this mandatory charge. Now, how do you think about that? You might not be based in the UK, but your government might try and bring this in if they see it works in the UK, perhaps. I think it's a joke, because most people that order online, they're either stuck for times they can't get out, or they're immobile so can't go up the shops there, so they order online. Now, if their stuff's going to be more expensive, and also we're in a state where the economy is down and there's a chance of inflation as well, I don't think that's a good message to put it out. Now, you might be looking at this from a different point of view. You might think, yeah, this is a great idea. With this charge, less people order stuff online, so therefore the world is saved. I personally think that's a bit of a naive point of view, and I can't see it actually doing anything at all. Now, do you do a lot of shopping online? I know when I do, it's normally for convenience. It's normally on Amazon I know I've ordered a bit of food off Amazon, like pot noodles and stuff. Well, basically from the money that's coming from the live streaming and all those sort of things. Because I haven't got time to go out and do major shops each time, so I just buy it bit by bit. So hopefully this levy doesn't come in. At the moment, it's just being discussed. So hopefully they will see sense there. I mentioned a little bit earlier on about the streaming. I'm still doing that. I still consider myself a little bit of a beginner on it, and I'm learning each time. I was going to upgrade the internet, and then I had a little bit of a wobble looking at the finances coming in. I predicted more was coming in than it was, and I got a little bit worried that if I upgrade the internet stream, I know this is old news to you, I keep going on about it, I should shut up, but if I upgrade it and then suddenly I can't support it. So, you know, I have got half of mine on upgrading that. So at the moment we'll keep to what we're doing. We're having great fun in the ZX Spectrum streams. I'm getting great feedback from that, and I think it's working quite well. If you haven't seen one of those yet, I know some people are a bit late from work. At the moment I can only do 6 to 8 Monday and Tuesday, so it's 4 hours a week. I'd love to step it up a little bit more because it's nice and relaxing, and we do have a bit of a laugh. So yeah, no, they do get archived, those streams, so if you missed a few of them and want to see what it's about, then feel free to drop in there. Okay, yeah, good. I generally pick about 7 or 8 games and we go through gradually. It's not expert great gameplay by a great deal of the imagination. Normally my gameplay is quite rubbish, but I edit it as well normally, but I can't edit it in the live stream, so whatever goes wrong, I just have to sort it out. And also I do like the live interactions. You have a question for me, I answer that, and we go in a different direction. In one of the live streams recently, someone suggested to play Horizon Go Skiing, which I didn't have in the list to cover, but I flicked over to that. So I'm reading the comments as much as I can do during that, trying to keep you all involved, because I do think if it's a group experience, we get a lot more fun out of that. Now, I've got half an eye on Twitch as well. It's finding the time to set that up. It's another streaming thing. You can't stream on YouTube, I don't believe, and Twitch at exactly the same time together. So you have to do one and do another one. I did have this idea that after, it's about the same show really, if after I'd done the one on YouTube, I put the same game and do it exactly the same again on Twitch, not expecting people to watch both lots of 2 hours, but then I might do that as an experiment to see where we are. So do 2 hours of the set games, then have half an hour off or an hour off, then go for 2 hours again. Now, admittedly, I'm not sure how Twitch would go once I get that set up, because I've built up a channel on YouTube and I'm sort of like known by you people and the subscribers. If I go on Twitch immediately, I'm not known. People don't know who I am, but it's additional. Well, obviously I can put it on Twitter where I'm going, but it's additional income revenue which could help me bring in a bit of extra income, and then in turn make it more stable to upgrade the internet and be confident with the internet, and of course then I'll be able to do other stuff as well. So thank you to members, which will come to a shout out a bit later in the video, which will gradually lift me to that point where I'm going to get there anyway. So thank you much for that. Now, talking about Twitch, do want to come to it. It's quite often that the people who are the most controversial tend to rise to the top. That's just the way it is. But I always be me. Try and be there. Now, you might have heard, it's quite recently, one of the highest paid Twitch streamers, Dr. Disrespect, who's got high production values in the USA. He's about 38 years old. He's been banned from Twitch permanently. He was their top earner with a net worth of roughly about 3.5 million. So obviously what he was doing was being very successful. Dr. Disrespect was a character he created. Quite often he'd say controversial things. He'd play games like Black Ops. He wouldn't be the best game player in the world, but he would say, as far as I'm aware, controversial things and really push the envelope. His channel's been removed from the site. Twitch haven't really said why. Apparently he's had mini bans before and then let back again, and this time it's permanent. Now, I don't think it's a massive publicity stunt. He is gone. Now, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, that, because the most controversial characters will rise to the top naturally, whether you like that or not, because that's the thing people want to see. And equally at the same point, there's another lawsuit going on at the moment. Scantily clad, let's say girls or women playing the games, they attract a big male following, and someone's trying to sue them and get them removed as well. So it's all a little bit wrong, but it's pounding to what's popular, and some of the women on these streams make thousands and thousands, and the game is sort of like secondary. It gets a bit like adult content. So whether Twitch need to now down on that anyway, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword for them because they know that that's going to make them money. How far do they actually push it? So I don't know if you heard about that Dr. Disrespect story and know anything a bit more about it than what I do. I'm never going to be that controversial. Maybe I should do one of these without a hat on. That would be a bit controversial, wouldn't it? But I'm never going to swear, but it might do me discredit. But you know, I will muck about. I'll try and be as silly as possible on certain bits. As you might have noticed, these Friday chats are gradually getting more and more off-piste of where they physically should be. I think Igor's involved in this one, and he's recently given those robots, C-3PO and R2-D2, he's recently given them a mission. I don't know how successful that's going to be. I don't think these disguises are working, R2. Anyway, back in the room. So that's Dr. Disrespect on Twitch and Scantily Dressed Gamers. So I don't know what you think about that. And the Levy for online shopping. Let me know if you do have any views about those things. Again, we're staying with gaming, and you might know about loot boxes. Now, loot boxes generally are involved in online gaming or mobile gaming, where the user can buy an in-game box. You don't know what's in it, so it's a bit of a form of gambling, and you get certain rewards or bonus bits or extra bits to the game. Now, this has gone on for quite some time. Some people with gambling addictions get addicted to this if they don't get the right things. Games that have this the most historically have been FIFA, where you try and get the best players for your team. Overwatch as well for special weapons and I guess skins there. Again, in the UK, there's been calls for loot boxes to be regulated as a form of gambling, because at the moment they're not. There's been reports there of people spending thousands and thousands of pounds on a single game, which obviously needs to be clamped down on. As I say, you get a random reward, so it is essentially gambling. I don't know if you've ever bought a loot box from in-game. I know you can buy physical ones as well, which people do unboxing there, which is slightly different. If you do, like, for example, a Marvel loot box, you know roughly you're going to get something with Marvel. In-game, it's intangible goods, so before you know it, you've clicked on a button loads of times and spent much more than you possibly could afford on nothing much, trying to get your favourite player. Like, I don't know, Mbappe or something like that, and you keep getting rubbish defenders or something like that, and you just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, and before you had it, you're nowhere. So that's being discussed as well. Whether that's going to go across the board in other countries, I don't know. So I'm against the levy for online shopping. Loot boxes, I'm probably for that being classed as gambling as well, or at least limit it. Coronavirus. Talking about sports, Formula 1, I'm into McLaren, as you know. But for a long time, we're supposed to be starting in Australia in March, but that got put out. But at last, the Grand Prix, the first one of the season, Austria, is happening this week. Now, I'm getting quite excited. Cars have been in development for quite some time. Who's going to be quickest? The drivers are going to be very, very rusty. Is there going to be any accidents? I know some have been practicing on online racing, virtual racing, but that's not quite the same thing, is it? We've got Austria this week on Sunday, although the qualifying is starting tomorrow. I think they've practiced today, or has been happening today. And next week we've got another race in Austria. So in theory, although it's doing a slightly different track, I think, in theory, the cars that are quickest are going to be quickest next week as well. Mercedes should be the fastest, one would have thought, but I love to see it all thrown up a bit, and McLaren being quickest, or some surprises. So if you're in Formula 1 and didn't know that it's going to start on the Sunday, that's a bit of surprise for you. There we go. So I will come to the shout-outs now. I will come to a few shout-outs. These are shout-outs for people that are members of the channel that have gone from the second tier and above. I am really grateful to you, as I say every week. If you want to support the channel, help it keep going, because it is a big struggle. The first tier is $1.99, which is dirt cheap for the amount of content I actually produce. So if you want to passively support the channel, then it's $1.99. Click on the join button. Doesn't commit you straight away. There's a video there if you want to see a bit more what it's about. And anyone on the second tier and above, which is $4.99, which is still hardly anything for what I produce, then you get a shout shout out where I can shout out any of your projects if you want me to. Let me know in the members section if you want me to shout that out for you. So there we go. So let's come to it. We've got Stuart Clegg, been supporting the channel for quite some time. Chono Baggy, thank you. Two good chaps there. Grey Hulk 2. I think a lot of these you people I speak to on Twitter as well. Julie Monkton, excellent, as an excellent blog, which I mentioned last week. Graham Vebke, he's done the upper tier, which is a massive help in Space Baby, so thank you there. I think you also sent me a Ko-Fi also, which I've been putting to one side to see it's in my internet fund, so thank you. More like that from other people or whatever, it'd be great, but no pressure. The videos will always be free for as long as I can do them for, and hopefully I can do them for a long time. Pum Pum Reader, thank you very much. Jason Holmes as well. The fantastic Rossi Bossy, thank you sir, love talking to you. Andrew Gibson, I know you nominate a lot of games for me to do. I can't do all of them, but I do write them down to see if we can possibly do them in the future. And also Tom as well. So thank you, all of you people on the second tier and above. I also appreciate people on the lower tier on the bus. That is awesome too, and it all sort of adds up. I know a lot of you have been looking at the live streams and it's gone down a bit, but thank you to the people that are still sending me the super chats. It's a way of getting income as well, and I say the Ko-Fi and the PayPal support page. So thank you very much. Videos will be going up on Saturday there as well, so have a look out for those. Two couple of Spectrum ones and an Amiga one on Sunday. Any members on any tier will already have seen the video telling you what those videos are going to be in the next week following up, and well, I'll do that on Sunday, though you'll know what's going up this week as well. So you know, that was good. So a levy on shopping I'm against. Dr. Disrespect, don't know what's going on there. I don't know what he said, because they're not telling you why he's got banned, but he's pushing the envelope. You know, if they support him to this point, unless he's done something hideously bad, I think they should have kept him on, to be honest with you. Loot boxes, yeah, they need to be regulated, most definitely. Austrian Grand Prix, check that out on Sunday if you're into your Formula 1. Go McLaren. And shout outs for all the supporters. So, well, thank you very much. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, E.
njenkin.